Greetings, Amazon advertiser, and welcome to today's video. In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to create 3 extremely simple and highly profitable Amazon PPC campaigns that, in my opinion, every single Amazon seller and advertiser should be adding to their Amazon PPC portfolio. But first, before we get into the laptop and I show you everything step by step, if you're new to the channel, welcome. My name is Sumner Hobart. I'm a 7-figure Amazon FBA seller, and every week I create valuable Amazon PPC and Amazon FBA tutorials and tips. So if you find this video valuable, consider giving it a thumbs up and subscribing for more value. And without further ado, let's go ahead and get to it. All right, so I'm now here in Campaign Manager in Seller Central. And of the 3 new campaigns that we're going to create, one is going to be an auto campaign or automatic. The second is going to be a broad match keyword targeting campaign. And the third is going to be a product targeting or ASIN targeting campaign. And the setup is actually really simple. And the maintenance is also very, very simple. So let's go ahead and get to it. So first, we're going to click on Create Campaign. Then once we click here, we want to select Sponsored Product. So Sponsored Products here on the far left, hit Continue. And first, we're going to name our ad group. There are a few different names you can kind of give this, kind of floating around the industry, but we'll call this one Catch-All Auto. And I'll explain why that name has come about, which I actually really like that name, because we're basically going to target all of our products in auto, and we're going to scoop up additional sales after all of our competitors and other advertisers have run out of budget for the day. It'll make more sense as we go through. So that's the name of the ad group. Next, here under products, click on Add All on this page. If you have a huge product catalog, then focus on, the 20% of your products that generate 80% of revenue. But if you have a smaller, your smaller seller, even if you have one product or just like a few products, add all of your products. Yes, all your products in to this campaign. Usually I don't do this with any other campaign. This is the only one where I do that. So we're going to click on Add All. And you want to make sure all your products are added. If there's more, scroll down and add more. All right, then in targeting, leave it as automatic targeting. For the default bid, set it somewhere between 2 cents to 15 cents is a good general range. The key here is with the bid. You want it very, very low. Okay, so in this case, let's do like a 10 cent. You can ignore the default bid here. We're just gonna set around a 10 cent default to start. If that's a little bit too high, then we'll reduce later. For negative targeting, you can leave this blank unless you know for a fact that there's already like negative, terms, or there's terms that you want to negate, like they're unprofitable in all your other campaigns. Go ahead and add them here. Otherwise, you can leave this blank. It's not a problem. So we'll leave that blank. Negative product targeting, same thing here. If there are certain products you do not want to target, you can add them. I would recommend taking your own ASIN and adding it in here. So just, you can enter your own list, put the ASIN here and exclude, because you should be targeting your own product, your own ASIN, as well as your own keywords in a separate campaign called a brand defense campaign. Brand defense for your brand keywords. Like if I have Sumner brand, headbands, that would be its own campaign. I would target, the Sumner brand keyword. And also, my own product ASIN, A7564, whatever, or B0, I would target that as well in a separate campaign. So I'd exclude it here to make sure I'm not double kind of targeting. Scroll down. For campaign bidding strategy for this, usually I stick with down only or fixed. In this specific case, we're going to do dynamic bids up and down, which is the default setting. As a little tip, whenever creating campaigns, be very careful. This didn't used to be the default for Amazon a while ago. Now this is the default, and this is the most expensive, because basically with dynamic bids up and down, Amazon can increase your bids or decrease, but guess what they usually do? They usually increase their bids because the more you spend with Amazon, the more money they make. Okay, so this is the only case where I generally use up and down, so we leave that selected. And then here for campaign name, I like to just name it the same thing as the ad group. I usually keep them about the same. So we're going to call it Catch-All Auto. If you want, you can put it into its own portfolio. I'm just going to leave it as none for now, but you can create what's called a Catch-All portfolio and put these 3 campaigns in that portfolio if you like. For the daily budget, here's the suggested. Usually it's around $10 to $20 is what I recommend. So I can just set 10, or I can set it to 13 like they recommend. Doesn't really matter. It's just a good starting point. And that was really simple. We're done. Now, does this work and how does it work? Number 1, yes, this does work. And number 2, how does this work is, like I said, basically you have all these competitors on Amazon all bidding for similar keywords, but advertisers' budgets as the day goes on get lower and lower and lower. So at those points, especially on high sales days like Black Friday or, Cyber Monday, Prime Day, if you have other high selling periods or seasons, you sell beachwear and it's July, especially during those seasons or even days, these campaigns perform especially well. They run all year round, but they perform especially well in those days when there's high demand, high traffic, and advertisers blow through their budget. Your campaigns are left with a very low budget, and Amazon automatically matches your product to the right keywords. So we know we targeted all of our keywords in one campaign. That seems that it would not perform well, that Amazon would get confused and it'd be super unprofitable or really kind of disorganized. It works, right? And if anything changes, I'll make an update video. But for the past several years now, this has worked really, really well. And it's kind of been a secret in the Amazon PPC community, which is why I'm now making kind of this video. So yeah, that's the overall gist of how it works. But like anything else, test. It could work for 99 out of 100 sellers, and you could be the one seller where it doesn't work as well for, or you could be the one seller that it works better than everyone else. So that's why it's important to test. And I believe this is 1,000,000% worth testing because of the low amount of effort, the low bids that you're setting. It's a very, very low risk, high return situation. All right. So that's our first campaign. I've already created this campaign, so I'm not going to launch, but you just click launch campaign. We're good to go. So that's campaign number 1. Then we move to campaign number 2. So same as before, click on create a new campaign. We're going to click on sponsored products, hit continue. And for ad group, for this one, I like to call it catch-all-keyword-manual, or KW for keyword, just so we know, because again, we have a keyword manual campaign, and then we also have a product targeting campaign. Same as before, click add all on this page to add all of your products. If you have a bigger catalog than just the top 20%, you don't need to add all products. Once we've done that, scroll down. For targeting though, now we want manual targeting. Okay. And again, it's going to be product or keyword. For this one, keyword targeting, right? Because we're going to target it in broad match. Keep scrolling down. Ignore the suggested. Click on enter list, deselect phrase and exact. And then you want to click on custom bid, okay? Because we want to set very low bids. Again, somewhere in the 2 to 15 cent range is a good starting point. So I'm just going to do 10 cents, right? Fairly low. Now, what keywords are we going to target here in this section? So what you want to do is, if you don't already know, what keywords are your top sellers, they're generating the most orders for you, they're the most profitable, then what I'd recommend doing is pulling a 60-day search term report. That's going to show you all of the search terms that have generated any sale or just all your search terms. You want to filter every search term that has 2 or more sales, copy those, and then just paste them in here. So you're just going to copy from your search term report, paste them in here. If you've never pulled a search term report, you don't know what I'm talking about, I have a full video on how to actually use ChatGPT to analyze your search term report and all of that. And I'll be linking that in the description section of this video in case you need a little bit more guidance on pulling your search term report. But basically, every keyword with at least 2 lifetime sales or more, put them in here. If you have a larger account, right, and you have thousands of keywords, then you could kind of increase that limit. Any keyword with 3 sales or more, you can put in here. But basically, we only want to target quote unquote proven keywords here and not all of our keywords. So put them all in here. 10 cent bid is good to start. And then we go ahead and add. So in this case, we'll say like women's headband, hairband for women, sports, headband, female, whatever, right? Let's just say that's our list. We can keep going. We're just going to go ahead and add those keywords here. They're in broad match at a good low bid. Nice. Ignore the suggested bid. It does not matter for this specific strategy. Keep scrolling down. Same idea here. Are there any keywords? If you've already included negative keywords in other auto or broad campaigns, go ahead and put them in here. Otherwise, leave it blank. Same thing. We're going to do dynamic bids up and down. For our campaign name, we're going to name it the same. So it's going to be catch-all. It's actually going to be catch-all keyword manual. You can select a portfolio, daily budget, same thing here. We'll stick with the suggested and then click on launch campaign. So now we have our auto set up, we have our keyword set up, and you might be wondering, well, Sumner, why do we have both auto and keyword? Okay, so with keyword targeting, with broad match, we're gonna target other keywords, right? Because in broad match, we can target, it's not just that keyword, it's this branch of other related keywords to that keyword. Like for example, go back up here. For women's headband, we're not just targeting women's headband. We're targeting, like female headband, women's headband for running, runner's headband even, etc. So it's broadly related keywords to this keyword. So it's like a branch, but we're targeting keywords. In the auto campaign, we're targeting keywords and ASINs and products. It's both mixed in there. And auto campaigns are going to find new keywords that we didn't already know about. So we're kind of having more control over this. These are keywords that are profitable. We already know they're proven. So we want to be kind of a little bit more honed in, a little bit more targeted with broad match, where auto is going to find new keywords, if that makes sense. But of course, test. And if you see some cannibalization or you see one type of campaign is performing better than the other, you can adjust it there or even pause and just keep a couple of them running. But I have all three running and they run really well. So anyway, everything's good to go. Go ahead and click on launch campaign and we move to our third and final campaign. So same as before, we're going to continue with our new sponsored products campaign. For our ad group name, something like catch-all-ASIN-manual. This way we know that this is our product targeting catch-all campaign. For products, click on add all on this page. Scroll down. For targeting, we want manual targeting. We're going to select product targeting and then click on individual products, enter list. And then we're going to leave expanded as is. Now, why is that? So sort of like there's exact and broad match when it comes to keywords. In exact match, you're only targeting that exact same keyword. With broad match, you're targeting related keywords to that keyword. It's the same thing with product targeting, which is somewhat new in the grand scheme of things on Amazon advertising. So we can either target exact products, right? So, we have a product, we want to target it exactly, or we can click on expanded to where we can target related products to that specific product. So similar like we did with our broad, we're going to do that here. So click on expanded. Oh yeah, and we want to make sure we have a custom bid. Again, good starting point between 2 to 15 cents. If you want to be really conservative, you can do 2 cents. It really doesn't matter. And the same idea here. So find, in your current product targeting campaigns, find all of the products that have generated at least at least 2 profitable sales in the lifetime. And then you're going to copy and paste them in here. Okay. And to make clear, in case you have a question about this, you've targeted, let's say 10 different products. You want to look at the campaigns for those 10 different products and find all of those ASINs. That's why, if you really want to, you can just focus on your top selling products. That's going to make this perform even better. So let's say you only target like your top 5 products. You can go to the campaigns for those 5 products and just find the, ASINs that generated at least 2 sales over the lifetime and add them into this campaign, if that makes sense, right? So basically, if you're only targeting 1 product, then you look at the campaigns for 1 product. If you're targeting 2, look at all the campaigns for those 2 products and so on, if that makes sense. So what's going to happen is, just like with the broad match campaign, Amazon is going to match up the correct ASIN with the correct SKU. Okay, so you're advertising 10 different SKUs and you have all these different products. Amazon's automatically going to know which one to kind of pair, which it doesn't really make sense or it's not really intuitive, but this is how the algorithm works and it works really well. So yeah, you just enter them all in here, hit target, scroll down. Any negative product targets, I'd recommend excluding your own brand, okay? So yeah, you can kind of exclude your own brand here. Scroll down. Same thing, up and down. Campaign name, we're gonna name it the same as our, it's ASIN manual, portfolio, and then daily budget. And I'm just gonna set it to a $10 daily budget to start. And we're good to go. So now we're targeting related keywords that have been profitable for our account. And we're having a very low bid auto campaign to find additional kind of profitable keyword and product targets. And together, this will not make up, a ton of sales, but all the sales that these bring in over the long term should be extremely profitable. So it's super simple to set up, very, very fast, very, very low maintenance to actually optimize. You don't necessarily need to touch these unless they're like really high ACoS, which they shouldn't be. But you don't need to touch these. You can set it and forget it and just watch additional sales come in that you would have been missing out on. I hope you found this valuable. And if you want even more profitable Amazon PPC campaigns and literally the entire Amazon PPC process from beginning to end, beginner to advanced in one place, then be sure to check out our affordable and proven Amazon PPC course, which I'll be linking in the description section below. We have over 1,000 happy students and some really incredible student testimonials. Literally every single, step, tool, strategy that Ali and I have used to generate significant profit through Amazon advertising is outlined right here in the course. So hope you find it valuable. If you like the video, consider subscribing for more free weekly Amazon PPC and Amazon FBA tutorials. And as always, thanks so much for watching. God bless you and your business and look forward to seeing you in the next one.